Hey everyone, today we're going to look at one of my favorite guitarists, Grant Green. Many things can be said about why Grant Green is remembered as one of the greatest jazz guitarists, such as his time feel or his tone. In today's lesson, I want to talk about 3 of his licks that I find particularly useful, and then talk about how we can take the concepts in those licks and put them back into our own playing. Let's jump right in it. So the first lick that we're going to cover is a great 2-5 lick that goes like this. This lick screams Grant Green and can be heard on many of his recordings. It uses the classic minor 9 sound over the 2 chord by playing off this F major shape. It also uses the common walk down to the 3rd of our dominant chord. What I think makes it sound very Grant is that jump of a 5th in the very beginning of the lick. This shape is kind of like a power chord shape, the interval of a 5th, and it's something that guitarists use a lot, so adding this I think really gives it that Grant Green guitar vibe. Let's take both these concepts, that of hitting the 9th and taking our power chord shape, and apply it in our own lick. Make sure and use these concepts to come up with your own licks and ideas. The second lick today is over a 2-5-1 and sounds like this. I think a couple reasons of why this lick sounds so good is because of its rhythm and its harmony. Rhythmically, he uses a lot of 8th rest or ghost notes. He also takes advantage of 16th notes to help break up the 8th note lines. Harmonically, he adds a secondary dominant with just 1 note. Putting that C sharp over that D minor 7 really creates a nice pull of 5-1 that adds that secondary dominant progression in there, and also helps break up just the 2-5-1 progression. For more info on secondary dominants and other substitute progressions, make sure to check out my video on chord subs, which you can find in the corner of the screen. Then he ends this line with a great line closer that everybody should know. Again, let's take the ideas that we covered in this lick and combine it together and put it into our own vocabulary. Our last line today is more of a technique rather than a lick. Grant likes to use this as a speed burst on the guitar, much like a saxophone would. The line sounds like this. Using these can be tricky, but if you listen to how a saxophone player would use this, then it can create a clearer picture about how we as guitarists can also use this. Usually it's either to break up our 8th note lines or to create a certain vibe. Here is an example of a speed burst that leads into an 8th note line. Learning these kind of licks will help you develop your jazz vocabulary, but remember to always look at how the player is doing what they're doing. Make sure to be able to sing these lines too, as well as play them in as many different keys as possible. The last thing I want to do is play one chorus over Grant Green's original tune, Grant Stand, and then try to apply what we learned in today's lesson in that small etude. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you like the kind of content that I put out, make sure to subscribe for more and also hit that like button. Also, if you want some more content, I do have some performance videos available on my YouTube channel. Make sure to check them out. Thanks again for watching, and remember to always keep swinging.